Hopefully we got enough time to do this. Everything is secured. Windows look good. No broken windows. I don't know if we'll be able to hit those. This is the neighbors. So we're gonna have to hit this here. This right here, you can see the green. Same thing as that. It's a good box. I thought of avoiding it, but I put tape over the top of the crack, but I think it's good. This whole thing is dark. You brought the gun already? Go ahead. And we're gonna do the pavers last. You can see the dust right here. It's a heavy buildup. So we protected the box. Hopefully it'll be a clean job. This here, that spot right there, we have to make sure we don't miss. And then we gotta do the fences all the way around. All the way around. Especially over there. They got a beaver living in there. Okay. All set? Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of 4D's Power Wash. Guys must have been wondering what I've been up to ever since I stopped the 4D's transport, and this is it. This has become the new adventure for us. We're on our third year right now at 2025, and it's been a great experience. And sadly, unfortunately, I did not record the first year, but the second year I did a few recordings here and there. There were some areas where we were a bit too busy and we couldn't record, but for the stuff that I've collected, I figured let me start working on editing videos and showing you guys what we've been up to, and hope you guys enjoy. At this home here, this was a training day for my son. I brought him with me. We started working on this house, showing him how to run the hoses. My son was the same little guy that was with me at the 4D's transport videos, because he always joined me. One thing I love about my son is no matter what adventure I get into, he has my back. He always wants to join me. So here, what I'm doing is we're trying to soak this side of the house because the sun was hitting it. It was pretty hot. I didn't want to hit it with the SH directly. So my son is hosing it down to cool it down a bit, and he's using a 4 gallons per minute gas pump. I'm using the 5 gallon a minute electric pump to apply the chemical. Chemical I'm using is set at 2% with just SH and water. I don't use surfactant unless it's a little cooler, then I'll probably use surfactant, but it's not really necessary. It's nice, you know, for the smell, or if you're doing a roof wash, but it's not really necessary when you're doing a house wash. So here I'm applying the chemical again at 2%. I have a metering system inside the truck, and I'm just applying, starting at the bottom, then working my way up. Then we let it soak for just a couple of minutes because it's pretty warm. Come around, I work on the back, and my son will begin rinsing the side, and that's what he's doing here. As I start working on the back, I'm noticing that there's a bit of, I'm not sure if it's fallout. There's this dark area up here on the first level that was a little hard to come off. At first it looks like it's coming right off, but then it leaves like a cloudy look to it. And towards the end of the video, you'll see that I'll come back to it and hit it softly with a brush just to agitate it a little bit. And it actually did the job. But I think it's fallout. I'm not sure. I don't think it's oxidation. It's different. It's a dark color. It gives it like a dark cloudy look, like a grayish look. But I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments. And guys, please forgive me. Like I said, around this time is when I just started recording. And the setup of the camera was horrible. I think I should have used a mount. Maybe something to strap on my body or maybe on my head. But when you're spraying chemicals up high, some of that stuff comes right back down on you. I'd rather protect my head and my GoPro than to wear it and try to use it to record a video. I mean, I seen guys do it. They do a great job. But my luck, every time I tried doing it, I was getting chemicals all on my head and on my GoPro, and I said, let me just use a tripod. But there are videos out there that I have that I'm going to be posting soon that you do see the GoPro strapped on my head. But like I said, there were times that it was just spraying right back at me. It was pretty rough. I prefer to wear the hat. Here, if you look real close, you'll see that dark spot right there, right over the doors. But it was actually like that all the way across that first level, right at the top. But like I said, we managed to get it out. Okay, here we've relocated the camera. You can see most of it came off. There's still a little bit on there, so I'm hitting it one more time, see if that'll get it off. And then from here I start shooting up at the gutters. And I made a mistake of not having the proper before and after pictures here because, like I said before, the sun was setting. I was trying to get done just so I'd be back in the morning. And a lot of times, you know, when you're doing so much work, towards the end of the day, you're not thinking about footages for the video. You just want to relax and go home. This day here was a real busy day for us, and like I said, this was Friday night. We were just trying to get an early weekend to start. So, like I said, we came back that Saturday morning. We knocked out the pavers, and then we were done for the day. Okay guys, we're back. So far so good. Looks like it's gonna rain a little bit, but the front looks set. So yesterday we came in. See, this still has to get done right here. We came in. And we hit all this. Looks very good. Looks very good. Still smell some of the bleach. I think it's still stuck on here. Yeah, some of that stuff gotta get rinsed off. All right, so this whole wall looks very good. Most of the fence is done, but house looks good. So I just gotta pick a good spot for the camera and then we'll get started. Okay, so here is the second day, and my son's gonna go ahead and do the touch up around the fence and any other spots in the house. The house is pretty good. You notice I'm applying the chemicals on the pavers, and I applied the chemicals on the back of the house to get the little leftovers of that gray stain that I mentioned earlier. So I'm applying the chemical. My son has the pumper sprayer just to hit those little spots. Now I'm rinsing it down. Here's when I realized that gray, it's like a shadow, like a gray cloud is still on there, but it's only at the top edge of the siding. So I told myself as soon as I get done, I'm gonna go back and hit that. So in this area here, I'm going all around the edges. And the amount of sand that comes flying out of this thing was incredible. And the tip that I'm using to clean these pavers is it's a turbo nozzle, but I bought this special one that has 2 turbo nozzles combined. I call it my little twin turbo nozzle. That thing works wonders. I do recommend you guys look it up and purchase it. It's a twin turbo nozzle. It's 2 turbo nozzles combined at the tip. It's a very useful equipment, but I suggest that I do have to say, be very careful with it because you can destroy something with that thing. At this point here is when I realized I could not use my surface cleaner. The pavers had a lot of weeds growing out of it. I thought maybe with the surface cleaner I'd be able to just blow right through it and take them out. But real quick I realized it would get all over the brush of that surface cleaner that I use. But all in all, I realized you just can't use it like that unless it was it had no weeds, or if the weeds were trimmed or cut out of there. But as long as you have weeds growing out of those pavers, surface cleaner is a no-no. So real quickly I learned that, figured it out, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to use my twin turbo nozzle. And it took a little longer than expected, but it did the job. Another thing I do recommend, it's a tip for you guys who have not done pavers before. One thing you have to pay attention to is the level of the ground. I found myself for a minute or two fighting with the flow of the water till I actually realized that I was going uphill with it, or trying to push it uphill. And it was right here, because you notice there's a little bit in the middle, and I'm cutting down the middle of it to split it in half. I turned around and realized, no, wait a minute, I have to go towards the opposite direction of the camera, because right there where the camera is, it's an actual uphill. Here's where I realized, so I started pushing it down. I probably wasted 2 minutes of my time, but and once I noticed it, I fought myself because I was tempted to keep pushing towards the right, but then I realized, no, I'll be wasting more time. Let me just go left and just cut across the whole thing, going towards the left away from the camera, and it worked out fairly well. So always pay attention, start at the highest point of the ground and then push it downhill. Always push the water, push the dirt, push everything downhill. So at this point here, I'm pretty much done. I'm just touching up certain spots in certain areas. Just making sure everything looks good. We always want to keep the customer happy. I spoke to the owner of the property, told him that I recommend an annual house wash this location, and he was definitely down for it. Super excited. He said the house has never been washed since he purchased the house 10 years ago, and everything looked good. I wish I had a better view of the pavers for you guys. I do apologize. Please bear with me. So I'm trying to get this thing right. It's hard to record and edit and set up. Sometimes I get so locked in on the job I forget that I have the camera there, and it's something I have to remind myself, because one time I actually left the camera behind and started locking everything up in the truck, and my son was like, wait a minute, where's the camera? It's happened to us a couple of times, and then I realized I just recorded horrible footage because it was stuck on one spot with nothing to show but just one spot, because we had already worked our way around to the other side of the house, and we left the camera at the starting point of the wash. Very funny situation, but I'm trying to get the hang of this. It's not like the 4D's Transport where you mount it on the dash and you're off and you got it set on your head and you don't have to worry about nothing splashing back at you. But it's good. It's fun. We're enjoying it. We're having a great time. We're making money, keeping the hustle going, and it was cool. Earlier in this video, you saw I hit the wall with the brush. It cleared it up right away, and everything worked out fine. It was cool. So here we're getting ready to clean up, and that's it. Truly, yeah, actually here. Okay, I thought I already passed this part, but yeah, here we're hitting the wall with the brush. It's a soft brush too. You do not want to hit it with a hard brush. Soft brush. Immediately we noticed it came right off, and when it dried up, it looked even way much more better. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one. This is Darwin for 4D's Power Wash. You guys have a good one. God bless.